What if the next time you video called a friend on the other side of the world, they appeared not on a flat screen, but as a lifelike 3D projection sitting right across from you? Now take that idea further. What if that same technology could let you have a conversation with someone on Mars, or even in a distant star system, as though they were in the same room? This isn't science fiction anymore. It's the emerging reality of holographic communication. By harnessing the power of 3D projections, we're on the brink of a technological leap that could redefine how we connect across vast distances, both here on Earth and beyond. In this video, we'll uncover how holographic communication works, the science that makes it possible, and the incredible ways it could transform everything from space exploration to how we interact in our daily lives. The future of communication is closer than you think, and it's about to change everything. To bring holographic communication to life, we need to start with the foundation: light field displays. Think of light field displays as a way to capture and reproduce light exactly as it exists in the real world. Unlike traditional screens that show a flat image, light field displays use thousands of tiny lenses or microprojectors to recreate light rays in 3 dimensions. This means that when you look at a holographic projection, you can move around it and see it from different angles, just like you would with a real object. It's a bit like how your eyes perceive depth in the physical world, but instead of relying on physical objects, the display uses light to trick your brain into seeing something that isn't actually there. Next, we have volumetric imaging, which takes this concept even further. Volumetric imaging doesn't just capture light, it builds a complete 3D digital model of an object or person. Using sensors or cameras, it scans the subject from multiple angles, capturing every detail, shape, texture, and even movement. This data is then processed and reconstructed into a 3D image that can be projected in real time. Imagine a photographer taking hundreds of pictures of a subject from every possible angle, then stitching them together into a dynamic, lifelike model. That's essentially what volumetric imaging does, and it's what makes holographic projections feel so real and interactive. Now, let's talk about the most futuristic piece of the puzzle: quantum entanglement. This is where things get truly mind-bending. Quantum entanglement is a phenomenon where 2 particles become so deeply connected that changing the state of one instantly affects the other, no matter how far apart they are. Scientists are exploring how this could be used to transmit information instantaneously, bypassing the delays caused by distance. While this technology is still in its early stages, the potential is staggering. Picture this: a conversation with someone on Mars with no lag or delay, as if they were standing right in front of you. Quantum entanglement could make that a reality. So, how do these technologies come together? Light field displays and volumetric imaging handle the visual side, creating the lifelike 3D projections we see. Quantum entanglement, once fully realized, could handle the communication side, ensuring that data travels instantly across vast distances. Together, they form a system that doesn't just mimic reality, but enhances it, allowing us to connect in ways that feel almost magical. But as incredible as this sounds, it's not just about the technology. It's about what it enables: a deeper, more immersive way to communicate, whether you're across the room or across the galaxy. The idea of holograms has captivated our imaginations for decades, often serving as a symbol of the future in movies and TV shows. Who could forget Princess Leia's desperate plea for help, projected as a shimmering 3D image in Star Wars, or the sleek, gesture-controlled holographic interfaces in Minority Report that seemed light years ahead of their time. These depictions weren't just special effects, they were visions of what technology could one day achieve, and now, that future is closer than ever. Holography as a concept isn't new. Its roots trace back to the 1940s, when physicist Dennis Gabor first developed the theory behind it. Back then, it was a groundbreaking idea, but the technology to make it practical simply didn't exist. Early holograms were static, grainy, and limited to laboratory settings, far from the dynamic, lifelike projections we've come to expect from science fiction. The real turning point came with the rise of digital technology. As computers became more powerful and cameras more sophisticated, the ability to capture, process, and project three-dimensional images improved dramatically. Suddenly, holograms weren't just a scientific curiosity, they were a tool with real-world applications. From medical imaging to virtual design, the potential started to become clear. Fast forward to today, and companies like Microsoft and Magic Leap are pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Microsoft's HoloLens, for example, blends augmented reality with holographic elements, allowing users to interact with 3D projections in their physical environment. Magic Leap, on the other hand, is exploring how holograms can enhance everything from gaming to workplace collaboration. These innovations aren't just incremental steps, they're giant leaps toward making holographic communication a part of our everyday lives. What's truly exciting is how far we've come in such a short time. The journey from those early, rudimentary experiments to the immersive, interactive holograms of today is a testament to human ingenuity and perseverance. And while we're not quite at the level of Star Wars just yet, the gap between science fiction and reality is narrowing faster than ever. The dream of holographic communication is no longer confined to the silver screen. It's becoming a tangible, transformative technology that could redefine how we connect, work, and explore. Now, let's take this idea of holographic communication beyond Earth, way beyond. One of the most thrilling possibilities is using this technology to connect with civilizations on other planets. Right now, our primary method for interstellar communication relies on radio waves, which, while effective, come with a major drawback. They're bound by the speed of light. This means a message sent to a planet even a few light years away could take years to arrive and years more to get a response. For practical conversations, that's a deal breaker. But what if we could break free from that limitation? This is where quantum entanglement enters the picture. As we mentioned earlier, quantum entanglement links particles in such a way that changing one instantly affects the other, no matter the distance. While this phenomenon is still being explored, it holds the potential to transmit information faster than light, something that would revolutionize interstellar communication. Combine that with holographic technology and you've got a game changer. Instead of waiting decades for a single exchange, we could have real-time conversations with beings on distant worlds, complete with lifelike 3D projections that make it feel as though they're right there with us. Picture this, a scientist on Earth discussing interstellar travel with a colleague on Proxima Centauri b, a planet over 4 light-years away. With traditional methods, a simple back and forth would take nearly a decade. But with quantum-entangled holographic communication, they could exchange ideas, share discoveries, and even collaborate on projects as seamlessly as if they were in the same lab. The implications are staggering, not just for science, but for diplomacy, culture, and our understanding of life beyond our planet. Of course, this isn't just about practicality, it's about redefining what it means to connect. Imagine the cultural exchange that could happen if we could communicate with an alien civilization in real time. We could share art, music, and stories, building bridges across the vast emptiness of space. It would be a profound reminder that, despite the distances between us, we're all part of the same cosmic tapestry. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. While the potential is immense, the challenges are equally daunting. Quantum entanglement is still in its infancy, and scaling it up for interstellar communication would require breakthroughs we can only dream of today. Holographic technology, while rapidly advancing, still faces hurdles in terms of energy consumption and data processing. And then there's the question of whether other civilizations even exist, and if they do, whether they've developed similar technologies. Still, the fact that we're even considering this possibility is a testament to how far we've come. Just a century ago, the idea of talking to someone on the other side of the planet in real time was a fantasy. Today, it's mundane. Who's to say what another century of innovation could bring? The dream of connecting with the stars might seem far off, but with holographic communication and quantum entanglement, it's no longer just a dream. It's a potential future waiting to unfold. While the idea of holographic communication connecting us across the cosmos is undeniably thrilling, let's not overlook how this technology could reshape the way we live, work, and play right here on Earth. Think about the last time you attended a virtual meeting. Chances are it involved a flat screen, pixelated faces, and the occasional awkward pause as someone's internet connection lagged. Now, picture that same meeting, but instead of staring at a grid of faces, your colleagues from across the globe are projected as lifelike 3D holograms, sitting right across from you as if they were in the same room. Conversations would feel more natural, collaboration more seamless, and the sense of presence more real than ever before. But it's not just about business. Imagine the impact on healthcare. Today, visiting a doctor often means taking time off work, traveling to a clinic, and sitting in a waiting room. With holographic technology, a doctor could appear in your living room as a fully interactive 3D projection, examining symptoms, offering diagnoses, and even guiding you through at-home treatments. This isn't just convenient, it could be life-changing for people in remote areas or those with limited mobility. Education is another area where holograms could make a massive difference. Instead of reading about ancient Rome in a textbook, students could walk through a holographic recreation of the Colosseum, witnessing history come alive around them. Complex scientific concepts could be visualized in 3 dimensions, making abstract ideas tangible and easier to grasp. Teachers from anywhere in the world could beam into classrooms, bringing expertise and perspectives that might otherwise be out of reach. And then there's entertainment. Concerts, theatre performances, and even sports events could be experienced in entirely new ways. Imagine watching your favorite band perform live, not on a screen, but as a holographic projection in your own space, complete with the energy and atmosphere of a real concert. Or think about gaming, where holographic characters and environments could make virtual worlds feel as real as the physical one. The line between spectator and participant could blur, creating experiences that are more immersive and engaging than anything we've seen before. These everyday applications might seem futuristic, but they're closer than you might think. Companies are already experimenting with holographic displays for virtual meetings, and healthcare providers are exploring telemedicine solutions that go beyond simple video calls. Educational institutions are integrating augmented and virtual reality into their curriculums, laying the groundwork for more advanced holographic tools. And in the entertainment industry, holograms are already being used to bring iconic performers back to the stage, delighting audiences with performances that feel both nostalgic and cutting edge. The beauty of holographic technology is its versatility. It's not just about replacing what we already do, it's about enhancing it, making our interactions more meaningful, our experiences more vivid, and our connections more profound. Whether it's a doctor's visit, a classroom lesson, or a night out with friends, holograms have the potential to weave themselves into the fabric of our daily lives, transforming the ordinary into something extraordinary. As we stand on the brink of this technological revolution, it's worth asking, how will we choose to use it? Will we embrace it as a tool for connection, learning, and creativity, or will we let it become just another gadget? The possibilities are endless, and the choice is ours. One thing's for sure, holograms aren't just the future of communication, they're the future of how we experience the world. Even with all the promise and excitement surrounding holographic communication, there's no denying that the road ahead is filled with significant hurdles. One of the biggest challenges lies in the sheer amount of data required to create and transmit lifelike holograms. Unlike traditional video calls, which compress images into manageable file sizes, holographic projections demand vast amounts of bandwidth to handle the intricate details of light, depth, and motion. For instance, a single high-resolution hologram can require thousands of times more data than a standard video stream, This puts immense pressure on existing networks, which are already strained by the demands of streaming, gaming, and other high-bandwidth activities. Then there's the issue of data processing. To generate a seamless, real-time holographic experience, the system must process and reconstruct massive datasets in milliseconds. This requires not only cutting-edge hardware, but also sophisticated algorithms capable of handling complex calculations at lightning speed. Right now, even the most advanced computers struggle to keep up with these demands, and scaling this technology for widespread use will take significant innovation. But it's not just about data. Creating lifelike holograms also hinges on precise control over light and motion. Every detail, from the way light reflects off a surface to the subtle movements of a person's facial expressions, must be captured and reproduced with incredible accuracy. Even the slightest error can make a hologram appear unnatural or off, breaking the illusion of presence. Achieving this level of precision is a monumental task, requiring breakthroughs in both hardware and software. And let's not forget the human factor. As with any new technology, privacy and security are major concerns. Holographic communication opens up new avenues for potential misuse, from unauthorized recordings to sophisticated forms of hacking. Imagine a scenario where someone intercepts a holographic projection, altering it to spread misinformation or exploit personal data. Safeguarding against these risks will be essential to gaining public trust and ensuring the technology is used responsibly. Despite these challenges, the progress we've made so far is nothing short of remarkable. Researchers and engineers are already tackling these issues head-on, developing new compression techniques, more powerful processors, and advanced encryption methods. Companies are investing heavily in infrastructure upgrades to support the demands of holographic communication, while policymakers are beginning to address the ethical and legal implications. What's clear is that overcoming these obstacles won't happen overnight. It will take collaboration across industries, from tech and telecommunications to cybersecurity and beyond. But if history has taught us anything, it's that humanity has a knack for solving problems when the stakes are high enough. And with holographic communication, the stakes couldn't be higher. It's not just about improving how we connect, it's about redefining what's possible. So, while the challenges are daunting, they're also an invitation to innovate, to push the boundaries of what we thought was achievable. And as we work through these hurdles, we're not just building a new technology, we're laying the foundation for a future where distance is no longer a barrier to connection, where the line between the physical and digital worlds blurs, and where the way we communicate is transformed forever. Now, let's dive into the unsung hero behind the scenes of holographic communication, artificial intelligence. While the visual spectacle of 3D projections grabs our attention, it's AI that's quietly powering the magic, making these lifelike interactions possible. Think of AI as the brain behind the beauty. It's the technology that ensures holograms don't just look real, but feel real, too. One of the most critical roles AI plays is in image processing. Creating a hologram isn't as simple as snapping a photo or recording a video. It requires capturing and reconstructing light in ways that mimic how we perceive depth and movement in the real world. This is where AI steps in, using advanced algorithms to analyze and enhance the data, filling in gaps and refining details to make the hologram as lifelike as possible. Without AI, the process would be far slower and less precise, leaving us with projections that feel artificial or disjointed, but AI doesn't stop there. It's also tackling one of the biggest challenges in holographic communication: latency. Even the slightest delay between a person's movement and the hologram's response can break the illusion of presence. AI helps by predicting and compensating for these delays in real time, ensuring that interactions feel natural and seamless. This is especially crucial for applications like remote surgery or collaborative design, where split-second precision can make all the difference. Machine learning, a subset of AI, is another game changer. By analyzing patterns in data transmission, machine learning models can optimize how information is sent and received, reducing the strain on networks and improving overall performance. This is vital for making holographic communication accessible on a larger scale, as it ensures that even complex projections can run smoothly without overwhelming existing infrastructure. And then there's the role of AI in personalization. Imagine a holographic system that adapts to your preferences, adjusting the brightness, angle, or even the level of detail based on your surroundings or needs. AI makes this possible by learning from user behavior and tailoring the experience to suit individual preferences, creating a more intuitive and immersive interaction. As AI continues to evolve, its partnership with holographic technology will only grow stronger. Future advancements could lead to even more realistic projections, faster data processing, and entirely new applications we haven't even imagined yet. From enhancing virtual meetings to enabling real-time collaborations across continents, the synergy between AI and holography is paving the way for a future where distance is no longer a barrier to connection. What's truly exciting is how this collaboration is pushing the boundaries of what's possible. AI isn't just solving problems, it's opening doors to innovations that were once the stuff of science fiction. And as these technologies continue to converge, they're not just transforming how we communicate, they're redefining what it means to connect in a digital age. The future of holography isn't just about seeing someone in 3D. It's about creating experiences that feel as real and meaningful as being there in person. Quantum entanglement is one of the most fascinating and mysterious phenomena in the universe, and it might just hold the key to unlocking instantaneous holographic communication. At its core, quantum entanglement involves two particles becoming so deeply connected that the state of one instantly influences the other, no matter how far apart they are. This connection defies our everyday understanding of distance and time, offering a tantalizing possibility, transmitting information faster than the speed of light. Right now, even our fastest communication methods are limited by the speed of light. When you send a message to someone on Mars, for example, it takes anywhere from 3 to 22 minutes to reach them, depending on the planet's positions. For interstellar communication, the delays stretch into years or even centuries, but quantum entanglement could change all that. If we can harness this phenomenon, it could allow us to send data instantaneously, bypassing the constraints of distance entirely. The implications for holographic communication are staggering. Imagine speaking with someone on a distant planet as if they were sitting across from you, with no lag or delay. Every gesture, every expression, every word would be transmitted in real time, creating an experience so seamless it would feel like they were truly there. This isn't just about convenience, it's about transforming the way we connect across vast cosmic distances, opening up possibilities for collaboration, exploration, and even diplomacy that we can only begin to imagine. Of course, quantum entanglement isn't without its challenges. For one, it's incredibly delicate. The entangled state can be easily disrupted by external factors, making it difficult to maintain over long distances. Additionally, while we've successfully entangled particles in controlled lab environments, scaling this up for practical use is a monumental task. Scientists are still working to understand how to reliably transmit information using entangled particles, and there's a long way to go before this technology becomes viable for everyday applications. But the progress so far is promising. Researchers have already demonstrated quantum entanglement over distances of hundreds of kilometers, and experiments are underway to explore its potential for secure communication and data transfer. While we're not yet at the stage of using it for holographic conversations across the galaxy, each breakthrough brings us closer to that future. What makes quantum entanglement so exciting is not just its potential to revolutionize communication, but the way it challenges our understanding of the universe itself. It forces us to rethink the nature of space, time, and connection, pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible. And as we continue to explore this phenomenon, we're not just developing new technologies, we're uncovering fundamental truths about the fabric of reality. So, while quantum entanglement may still be in its experimental stages, its potential is undeniable. It represents a bold new frontier in communication, one where the barriers of distance and time no longer apply. And as we inch closer to harnessing this power, we're paving the way for a future where holographic communication isn't just a tool for connecting across the globe, it's a gateway to the stars. At the core of holographic communication lies a revolutionary technology, light field displays. These aren't your ordinary screens. They're designed to capture and project light in a way that mimics how we perceive the real world. Unlike a flat image on a TV or smartphone, light field displays create a three-dimensional image that you can walk around and view from different angles, just like you would with a physical object. It's this ability to simulate depth and perspective that makes holograms feel so lifelike and immersive. So, how does it work? Light field displays use thousands of tiny lenses or microprojectors to recreate the way light rays travel in space. Imagine standing in a room with a window. You can see the view from multiple angles just by moving your head. Light field displays replicate this effect by capturing and reproducing light rays from every possible angle, allowing the viewer to see a 3D image that shifts naturally as they move. It's a bit like looking through a window into another world, except that world is entirely virtual. The magic of light field displays lies in their ability to trick our brains into perceiving depth where there isn't any. Traditional screens rely on flat, two-dimensional images, which means they can only show one perspective at a time. Light field displays, on the other hand, present multiple perspectives simultaneously, creating the illusion of a three-dimensional space. This is why holograms feel so real. They're not just images, they're light-based reconstructions of objects or people, complete with depth, texture, and movement. While the concept is groundbreaking, the technology is still in its early stages. Early prototypes have demonstrated the potential of light field displays, but there are challenges to overcome. For one, creating these displays requires an incredible amount of data. Every angle, every light ray, every detail must be captured and processed in real time, which demands significant computing power and bandwidth. Additionally, the displays themselves need to be incredibly precise, with lenses or projectors arranged in a way that ensures seamless transitions between perspectives. Despite these hurdles, the progress so far is incredibly promising. Companies like Looking Glass Factory and Layer Inc. are already developing light field displays for applications ranging from gaming to medical imaging. These early iterations are giving us a glimpse of what's possible of future where 3D projections are as common as flat screens, and where the line between the digital and physical worlds becomes increasingly blurred. What makes light field displays so exciting isn't just the technology itself, but what it represents, a shift in how we think about visual communication. It's not just about seeing something, it's about experiencing it, feeling as though you're truly present in the same space as the hologram. This has implications far beyond entertainment or virtual meetings. Imagine architects walking clients through holographic models of their future homes, or surgeons practicing complex procedures on 3D projections of a patient's anatomy. The possibilities are as vast as they are inspiring. As we continue to refine and develop light field displays, we're not just building a new kind of screen, we're creating a new way to connect, communicate, and interact. It's a technology that challenges our assumptions about what's possible, pushing the boundaries of how we see and experience the world. And while the road ahead is long, the potential is undeniable. Light field displays are more than a tool, they're a gateway to a future where the digital and physical worlds coexist in ways we're only beginning to imagine. Now, let's shift our focus to volumetric imaging, a technology that's quietly revolutionizing how we create and interact with 3D projections. Unlike traditional photography or video, which captures flat, two-dimensional images, volumetric imaging builds a complete digital replica of an object, person, or scene in 3 dimensions. It's like sculpting with light and data, capturing every angle, curve, and texture to create a model that feels as real as the physical world. At its core, volumetric imaging works by surrounding a subject with multiple cameras or sensors, each capturing a unique perspective. These perspectives are then stitched together, much like pieces of a puzzle, to form a cohesive 3D model. Think of it as taking hundreds of snapshots of a statue from every possible angle and combining them into a single, dynamic representation. The result is a digital object that can be rotated, zoomed, and explored in real time, offering a level of detail and interactivity that flat images simply can't match. What makes volumetric imaging so remarkable is its ability to bring static objects to life. For example, imagine a dancer performing a complex routine. With volumetric imaging, every twist, turn, and gesture is captured in full 3D, allowing you to view the performance from any angle, front, back, side, or even from above. This isn't just a recording, it's a living, breathing recreation of the moment, preserved in digital form, but the applications go far beyond entertainment. In medicine, volumetric imaging is being used to create detailed 3D models of organs, bones, and tissues, helping doctors diagnose conditions and plan surgeries with unprecedented precision. In design and engineering, it allows creators to visualize prototypes in 3 dimensions, making it easier to spot flaws and refine ideas before they're brought to life. And in education, it offers students a hands-on way to explore complex structures, from the inner workings of a cell to the vast expanse of the cosmos. As the technology advances, the possibilities continue to grow. Recent developments in artificial intelligence are making it faster and more efficient to process the massive amounts of data required for volumetric imaging. Meanwhile, improvements in sensor technology are enabling even greater levels of detail and accuracy. The result is a tool that's not just powerful, but increasingly accessible, opening up new opportunities for innovation across industries. What's truly exciting about volumetric imaging is how it bridges the gap between the digital and physical worlds. It doesn't just show us what something looks like, it lets us experience it, interact with it, and understand it in ways that were once impossible. And as this technology becomes more integrated into our lives, it's not just changing how we see the world, it's changing how we connect with it. This is the promise of volumetric imaging, a future where the digital universe is as rich, dynamic, and immersive as the one we inhabit. And as we continue to refine and expand this technology, we're not just building better holograms, we're building a new way to explore, create, and communicate. As holographic communication inches closer to becoming a part of our everyday lives, there's a pressing question we can't afford to ignore. How do we keep our holographic interactions private and secure? Think about it, when your holographic self is projected into someone else's space, or when sensitive data is transmitted as part of a 3D projection, the stakes for privacy and security are higher than ever. This isn't just about protecting personal information, it's about ensuring that the very essence of who we are, our gestures, expressions, and interactions remain safe from prying eyes or malicious intent. One of the biggest challenges lies in the sheer complexity of the data involved. Unlike a simple video call, which can be encrypted relatively easily, holographic communication involves capturing and transmitting vast amounts of information, light fields, depth maps, motion data, and more. Each of these elements needs to be safeguarded to prevent unauthorized access or tampering. Imagine a scenario where someone intercepts a holographic projection of a confidential business meeting, altering the conversation or stealing proprietary information. The consequences could be devastating, not just for individuals but for entire organizations. To tackle this, researchers are exploring advanced encryption methods specifically designed for holographic data. These techniques aim to secure every layer of the hologram, from the initial capture to the final projection, ensuring that only authorized users can access or manipulate the information. But encryption alone isn't enough. We also need robust authentication systems to verify the identities of everyone involved in a holographic interaction. This could involve biometric checks, secure digital certificates, or even blockchain-based solutions to create an unbreakable chain of trust. Another critical concern is the potential for deepfakes and other forms of digital manipulation. With holographic technology, it's not just about altering a video, it's about creating a convincing 3D replica of a person that can be controlled or misrepresented. Imagine someone using a holographic projection of you to spread false information or commit fraud. The technology that makes holograms so lifelike also makes them a potential tool for deception, raising ethical and legal questions that we're only beginning to grapple with. To address this, experts are developing sophisticated detection tools that can identify manipulated holograms in real time. These tools use artificial intelligence to analyze the subtle nuances of light, motion, and texture, flagging any discrepancies that suggest tampering. At the same time, policymakers are working to establish guidelines and regulations that hold individuals or organizations accountable for misuse of holographic technology. But perhaps the most important safeguard is awareness. As users of this technology, we need to understand the risks and take steps to protect ourselves. This might mean using secure networks for holographic communication, being cautious about who we share our holographic data with, and staying informed about the latest security measures. After all, the best defense against potential threats is a well-informed user base. As we navigate this new frontier, it's clear that privacy and security aren't just technical challenges, they're ethical imperatives. The success of holographic communication hinges on our ability to build trust, ensuring that users feel confident their interactions are safe and their data is protected. It's a delicate balance, but one we must strive to achieve if we want to fully realize the potential of this transformative technology. So, while the allure of holographic communication is undeniable, we can't let excitement overshadow the need for vigilance. By addressing these challenges head-on, we're not just building a better technology, we're creating a foundation for a future where innovation and responsibility go hand in hand. And that's a future worth striving for. As we marvel at the possibilities of holographic communication, it's important to pause and consider the environmental cost of bringing this technology to life. Every innovation, no matter how groundbreaking, comes with a footprint, and holography is no exception. From the energy-hungry data centers that process and transmit holographic data to the rare materials required for cutting-edge displays, the environmental impact of this technology is a critical issue we can't afford to ignore. Let's start with the energy demands. Creating and projecting lifelike holograms isn't just a technical challenge, it's an energy-intensive process. The advanced displays we've talked about earlier, like light field displays and volumetric imaging systems, require significant computational power to function. Add to that the massive data centers needed to handle the terabytes of information generated by holographic communication, and you've got a system that consumes energy on an industrial scale. For context, some estimates suggest that a single high-resolution holographic projection could use as much energy as streaming hundreds of hours of high-definition video. Multiply that by millions of users and the numbers become staggering. Then there's the issue of hardware production. The components needed for holographic displays, things like specialized lenses, microprojectors, and high-performance processors, often rely on rare earth metals and other materials that are difficult to extract and refine. Mining these resources can lead to deforestation, habitat destruction, and pollution, not to mention the carbon emissions associated with manufacturing and transporting the finished products. And let's not forget the life cycle of these devices. As technology evolves, older hardware becomes obsolete, contributing to the growing problem of electronic waste. But here's the good news. the tech industry is already taking steps to address these challenges. Renewable energy sources like solar and wind are being integrated into data centers, reducing their reliance on fossil fuels. Companies are also exploring ways to make hardware more sustainable, from using recycled materials to designing devices that are easier to repair and recycle. Some innovators are even experimenting with biodegradable components, aiming to create electronics that leave a lighter footprint on the planet. Another promising avenue is the development of more efficient algorithms. By optimizing how data is processed and transmitted, we can reduce the energy required for holographic communication without sacrificing quality. Advances in artificial intelligence are playing a key role here, helping to streamline operations and minimize waste. It's a reminder that innovation isn't just about creating new technologies. It's about making existing ones better, smarter, and more sustainable. Of course, the responsibility doesn't lie solely with tech companies. As consumers, we also have a role to play. By supporting companies that prioritize sustainability and advocating for greener practices, we can help drive the industry toward a more eco-friendly future. Simple actions like recycling old devices or choosing energy-efficient options can add up to make a real difference. The environmental impact of holographic communication is a complex issue, but it's also an opportunity. By tackling these challenges head-on, we're not just building a better technology, we're building a better future, a future where innovation and sustainability go hand in hand, ensuring that the incredible benefits of holography don't come at the expense of the planet we call home. This is the kind of forward-thinking approach that defines true progress. It's not just about what we can create, but how we create it, and how we ensure that the world we're shaping is one we can all be proud of. As we continue to push the boundaries of holographic communication, let's also commit to protecting the very environment that makes all of this possible. After all, the future isn't just about connecting with each other, it's about preserving the world we share. As holographic communication begins to weave itself into the fabric of our lives, it's worth stepping back to ask, what does this mean for the way we connect as humans? At its core, this technology isn't just about transmitting images or data, it's about bridging distances, both physical and emotional. Imagine a world where a grandparent can sit at the dinner table with their grandchildren, even if they're halfway across the globe, or where friends separated by oceans can share a laugh as if they're in the same room. These moments aren't just convenient, they're deeply human, reminding us that connection is about more than just words, it's about presence. But with this new frontier comes a question: will holographic communication strengthen our sense of community, or could it inadvertently create new divides? On one hand, the ability to project ourselves into someone else's space has the potential to deepen relationships, making interactions feel more personal and meaningful. It's not just about seeing someone, it's about feeling as though they're truly there, sharing the same space and moment. This could be particularly transformative for people who live far from loved ones, offering a sense of closeness that traditional video calls simply can't match. On the other hand, there's a risk that this technology could amplify existing inequalities. Not everyone will have access to the infrastructure needed for seamless holographic communication, whether due to cost, location, or other barriers. Could this create a world where some people can be anywhere, while others are left behind? And what about the cultural nuances of communication? Holographic technology might make interactions feel more real, but it also raises questions about how we preserve the subtleties of body language, tone, and context across different cultures and languages. Another layer to consider is the impact on our sense of identity. When we can project a version of ourselves that's carefully curated, perhaps even digitally enhanced, what does that mean for authenticity? Will we feel pressure to present an idealized version of ourselves, blurring the line between who we are and how we want to be perceived? These are the kinds of questions that will shape how holographic communication evolves, not just as a tool, but as a cultural phenomenon. Yet, despite these challenges, the potential for positive change is immense. holographic communication could revolutionize everything from diplomacy to education, allowing people from different parts of the world to collaborate and learn in ways that were once unimaginable. Imagine a classroom where students from diverse backgrounds can come together in a shared virtual space, or a global conference where leaders can debate and problem solve as if they are in the same room. These aren't just practical applications, they're opportunities to foster understanding, empathy, and unity on a scale we've never seen before. As we navigate this new landscape, it's clear that holographic communication isn't just a technological advancement, it's a cultural one. It challenges us to rethink what it means to connect, to belong, and to share a moment with someone else. And while the answers to these questions won't come easily, the journey itself is an invitation to explore, to innovate, and to imagine a future where distance is no longer a barrier to human connection. The possibilities are as vast as they are inspiring, and the story of how we shape them is just beginning. Let's take this concept of holographic communication out of the realm of theory and into the real world, specifically the final frontier. Space exploration is one of the most exciting and demanding fields where this technology could make a profound impact. Picture this, an astronaut on Mars, millions of miles from Earth, standing in a holographic projection of mission control. They're not just talking to a screen, they're sharing the same virtual space with their colleagues, exchanging ideas, solving problems, and even sharing a moment of camaraderie as if they were in the same room. This isn't just a futuristic dream, it's a scenario that NASA and other space agencies are actively working toward. The challenges of space exploration are immense, and communication is no exception. Right now, sending messages between Earth and Mars takes anywhere from 4 to 24 minutes, depending on the planet's positions. That delay can make real-time collaboration nearly impossible, especially during critical moments like landing a rover or conducting a delicate experiment. But with holographic communication, that lag could be minimized or even eliminated, allowing astronauts and ground teams to work together seamlessly. Think about the possibilities. A scientist on Earth could guide an astronaut through a complex procedure in real time, or engineers could troubleshoot a malfunctioning spacecraft as if they were right there on the Martian surface. Beyond the practical benefits, holographic communication could also address one of the most overlooked aspects of space exploration, the emotional toll. Astronauts on long-duration missions, isolated from family and friends, often experience feelings of loneliness and disconnection. Being able to see loved ones as lifelike 3D projections, sharing a meal or a conversation as though they were in the same room, could provide a crucial sense of connection and support. It's not just about making space travel more efficient, it's about making it more human. NASA has already taken the first steps toward this future. In 2021, they conducted a groundbreaking experiment using Microsoft's HoloLens to project a holographic image of a nurse, a flight surgeon, into the International Space Station. The surgeon appeared as a fully interactive 3D projection, allowing astronauts to consult with them in real time. While this was a simple demonstration, it highlighted the potential for holographic communication to revolutionize how we explore space. As we push further into the cosmos, whether to Mars, the Moon, or beyond, holographic communication could become as essential as oxygen or water. It's not just a tool for solving technical challenges, it's a way to bring humanity closer together, even across the vast emptiness of space. And while the technology still has hurdles to overcome, the progress we've made so far is a testament to what's possible when innovation meets ambition. This isn't just about exploring new worlds, it's about bringing the best of our world with us. Holographic communication could help us bridge the gap between Earth and the stars, ensuring that no matter how far we go, we're never truly alone. It's a reminder that the future of space exploration isn't just about technology, it's about connection, and that's what makes it so exciting. Now, let's zoom in on an area where holographic communication could truly change lives: healthcare. Picture a surgeon in New York guiding a life-saving procedure in a rural clinic halfway across the world, not through a flat screen, but as a fully interactive 3D projection hovering over the operating table. Every movement, every instruction, delivered in real time with the precision and clarity of being physically present. This isn't just a futuristic vision, it's a glimpse of how holographic technology could revolutionize the way we deliver and receive medical care. One of the most exciting applications is in remote surgery. Today, even the most advanced telemedicine systems rely on two-dimensional screens, which can limit a surgeon's ability to assess depth and spatial relationships. But with holographic communication, a surgeon could project themselves into the operating room, offering real-time guidance with the same level of detail as if they were standing right there. This could be a game-changer for areas with limited access to specialized care, ensuring that patients in remote or underserved regions receive the same high-quality treatment as those in major cities. But it's not just about surgery. Imagine a patient in a small town, hundreds of miles from the nearest specialist, consulting with a world-renowned expert through a holographic projection. Instead of traveling for days or weeks, they could step into a local clinic and have a lifelike 3D version of the doctor appear right in front of them. The doctor could examine the patient, review scans, and even demonstrate treatment options using interactive 3D models, or without either party leaving their location. This could dramatically improve access to care, especially for those who face barriers like distance, mobility issues, or financial constraints. Medical training is another area where holograms could make a massive difference. Today, students often rely on textbooks, videos, and cadavers to learn complex procedures, but with holographic technology, they could practice on lifelike 3D models of organs, tissues, and even entire bodies, manipulating them in real time to understand how they function. These models could simulate a wide range of conditions, from common ailments to rare diseases, giving students hands-on experience without the risks associated with live patients. It's like having a fully equipped, infinitely adaptable training lab at your fingertips. The potential to improve medical outcomes is enormous. For instance, holographic communication could enable faster, more accurate diagnoses by allowing specialists to collaborate in real time, no matter where they are. A cardiologist in London could consult with a radiologist in Tokyo, examining a patient's heart scan together as if they were in the same room. This level of collaboration could lead to better treatment plans, fewer errors, and ultimately healthier patients. What's truly remarkable is how this technology could democratize healthcare. By breaking down geographical barriers, holographic communication could ensure that expertise is no longer confined to urban centers or wealthy nations. A child in a remote village could receive the same level of care as one in a bustling metropolis. A doctor in a developing country could learn from the best in the world without ever leaving their community. It's a vision of healthcare that's not just more advanced, but more equitable. Of course, there are challenges to overcome: infrastructure limitations, data security concerns, and the need for widespread adoption, to name a few. But the progress we've already seen is a testament to what's possible. From early experiments in telemedicine to the first holographic consultations, we're inching closer to a future where distance is no longer a barrier to quality care. This is the promise of holographic communication in healthcare, a world where expertise is shared, not hoarded, where care is accessible, not exclusive, and where the boundaries of what's possible are constantly being pushed. It's not just about better technology, it's about better lives. And as we continue to explore this frontier, we're not just shaping the future of medicine, we're shaping the future of humanity. Education stands at the brink of a transformation, and holographic communication could be the key to unlocking a new era of learning. Picture a classroom where the walls dissolve, and instead of staring at a chalkboard or a screen, students are greeted by a lifelike 3D projection of their teacher, standing at the front of the room as if they were physically present. But it doesn't stop there. Imagine a history lesson where students don't just read about the signing of the Declaration of Independence. They can step into a holographic recreation of the moment, walking among the founding fathers and witnessing history unfold around them. This isn't just a novel way to teach, it's a revolution in how we experience education. One of the most exciting possibilities is the ability to bring experts directly into the classroom, no matter where they are in the world. A renowned scientist could beam into a rural school to explain the intricacies of quantum physics, or a celebrated author could discuss their latest novel with students halfway across the globe. The geographical barriers that once limited access to top-tier educators and guest speakers would vanish, creating a level playing field where every student has the opportunity to learn from the best. But the benefits go beyond access. Holographic communication could make learning more interactive and immersive than ever before. Complex scientific concepts, for example, could be visualized in 3 dimensions, allowing students to explore the inner workings of a cell or the structure of a molecule from every angle. In subjects like anatomy, students could examine holographic models of the human body, rotating and dissecting them in real time to understand how everything fits together. It's a hands-on approach that not only deepens understanding, but also sparks curiosity and creativity. Collaboration could also take on a whole new dimension. Group projects might involve students from different countries working together in a shared holographic space, brainstorming ideas and building models as if they were in the same room. This kind of global teamwork would prepare students for a world where cross-cultural collaboration is increasingly the norm, fostering skills like communication, empathy, and problem-solving. And let's not forget the power of storytelling. Literature classes could come alive with holographic reenactments of classic novels, where students don't just read about a scene, they experience it. Imagine walking through the streets of Victorian London with Charles Dickens, or standing on the battlefield with Shakespeare's Henry V. These immersive experiences could make literature more relatable and engaging, helping students connect with stories on a deeper level. Of course, implementing this technology won't be without challenges. Schools will need to invest in the necessary infrastructure, from high-speed internet connections to advanced display systems. Teachers will need training to integrate holographic tools into their lessons effectively, and there's the question of equity in ensuring that all students, regardless of their socioeconomic background, have access to these innovations. Yet, despite these hurdles, the potential is undeniable. Holographic communication could democratize education, making it more engaging, accessible, and inclusive. It's not just about replacing traditional methods, it's about enhancing them, creating a learning environment that inspires and empowers. As we look to the future, it's clear that education is about to become more than just a transfer of knowledge. It's about creating experiences that ignite curiosity, foster connection, and prepare students for a world that's constantly evolving. And with holographic communication, that future is closer than ever. The entertainment industry has always been a playground for innovation, and holographic communication is no exception. In fact, it's already making waves, transforming how we experience everything from live performances to gaming. Imagine sitting in a stadium, not just watching a concert on a massive screen, but seeing the artist as a lifelike 3D projection, moving and interacting with the audience as if they were physically there. This isn't some distant dream, it's happening right now. Take, for example, the iconic holographic performances of artists like Tupac Shakur and Michael Jackson, who have taken the stage years after their passing, captivating audiences with their uncanny realism. These performances are more than just technical marvels. They're a glimpse into a future where the boundaries between reality and digital artistry blur. But it's not just about resurrecting legends. Holographic communication is opening up entirely new ways for performers to connect with their fans. Imagine a pop star hosting an intimate, interactive concert where fans from around the world can join as holographic avatars, singing along and even interacting with the artist in real time. It's a level of engagement that traditional concerts could never achieve, breaking down geographical barriers and creating a truly global experience. Gaming is another area where holography is pushing boundaries. Picture this: instead of staring at a screen, you're immersed in a 3D world where characters and environments come to life in your living room. With holographic displays, you could walk around a virtual battlefield, dodge obstacles, or solve puzzles that extend beyond the confines of a TV. Games like Pokémon Go have already shown us how augmented reality can blend the digital and physical worlds, but holographic communication takes this to a whole new level. It's not just about playing a game, it's about living it. Storytelling, too, is poised for a transformation. Filmmakers and content creators could use holographic technology to craft narratives that unfold around the viewer, making them an active participant rather than a passive observer. Imagine a mystery where you walk through holographic scenes, searching for clues and interacting with characters to uncover the story, or a documentary where historical figures appear before you, telling their stories in their own words. The possibilities for immersive storytelling are endless, and they're redefining what it means to be entertained. What's exciting about these developments is how they're creating new opportunities for connection. Holographic communication isn't just a tool for spectacle, it's a way to bring people together, whether they're cheering for their favorite artist at a virtual concert or teaming up with friends in a holographic game. It's about shared experiences, breaking down barriers, and creating moments that feel real, even when they're entirely digital. Of course, the technology isn't without its challenges. Creating lifelike holograms requires massive amounts of data and processing power, and ensuring smooth, lag-free interactions is no small feat. But as the entertainment industry continues to experiment and innovate, these hurdles are being overcome, one breakthrough at a time. This is the promise of holographic communication in entertainment, a future where the line between performer and audience, player and game, storyteller and listener disappears. It's a future where we're not just watching or playing, we're participating, connecting, and experiencing in ways that were once the stuff of science fiction. And as this technology evolves, it's not just changing how we're entertained, it's changing how we connect with each other, one hologram at a time. As we look ahead, the future of holographic communication is brimming with potential, shaped by rapid advancements in artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and materials science. These innovations aren't just refining existing technology, they're opening doors to entirely new possibilities. Imagine a world where holographic communication isn't just a tool for meetings or entertainment, but a gateway to experiences we've only dreamed of. From virtual tourism to immersive art installations, the next wave of holographic innovation could transform how we interact with the world around us. One of the most exciting areas of progress lies in artificial intelligence. AI is already playing a crucial role in making holograms more lifelike, but its potential goes far beyond that. Future AI systems could analyze and predict user behavior, adjusting holographic projections in real time to create even more personalized and seamless interactions. Picture a holographic assistant that not only responds to your commands, but also anticipates your needs, adapting its appearance, tone, and even the content of its responses to match your preferences. This level of customization could make holographic communication feel less like a technology and more like a natural extension of ourselves. Quantum computing, though still in its early stages, is another game changer on the horizon. By harnessing the power of quantum entanglement, we could achieve instantaneous data transmission, eliminating lag and making real-time holographic communication across vast distances a reality. This technology could revolutionize everything from interstellar communication to global collaboration, enabling us to connect with others as if they were right beside us, no matter where they are in the universe. While quantum computing faces significant challenges, its potential to reshape holographic communication is too big to ignore. Materials science is also poised to play a pivotal role. Advances in display technology, such as ultra-thin, flexible screens and new light-manipulating materials, could make holographic displays more portable, affordable, and energy efficient. Imagine carrying a device no larger than a smartphone that can project lifelike 3D images anywhere you go. These innovations could bring holographic communication out of specialized settings and into our everyday lives, making it as commonplace as video calls are today. But what does this mean for practical applications? One intriguing possibility is virtual tourism. With holographic technology, you could explore the wonders of the world, or even other planets, from the comfort of your living room. Walk through the ancient ruins of Machu Picchu, dive into the vibrant coral reefs of the Great Barrier Reef, or stroll across the surface of Mars, all in stunning 3D detail. This isn't just about sightseeing, it's about creating immersive experiences that foster a deeper connection to the world and its history. Holographic art is another frontier waiting to be explored. Artists could create dynamic, interactive installations that respond to the viewer's presence, blurring the line between observer and participant. Imagine stepping into a gallery where holographic sculptures shift and evolve as you move around them, or attending a concert where the performers appear as shimmering 3D projections, interacting with the audience in real time. These possibilities aren't just about pushing artistic boundaries, they're about redefining how we experience creativity and expression. Of course, with these advancements come challenges. Ensuring affordability, accessibility, and ethical use will be critical as holographic communication becomes more widespread. But if history is any guide, humanity has a knack for rising to the occasion when faced with transformative technologies. The future of holographic communication isn't just about better technology, it's about reimagining how we connect, create, and explore. It's a future where distance is no longer a barrier, where the line between the physical and digital worlds fades, and where our interactions become more meaningful, immersive, and human. And as we stand on the cusp of this new era, one thing is clear: the possibilities are as limitless as our imagination. As holographic communication continues to evolve, it's not just the technical challenges we need to address, it's the ethical ones too. The ability to project lifelike 3D versions of ourselves into someone else's space is undeniably powerful, but with that power comes responsibility. How do we ensure this technology is used in ways that benefit society rather than exploit or harm it? These aren't just abstract questions, they're urgent considerations that will shape the future of how we connect, communicate, and coexist in an increasingly digital world. One of the most pressing concerns is consent, when your holographic presence can appear in someone else's environment, who controls where and how you're projected. Imagine a scenario where someone records your holographic likeness without your permission, using it in ways you never intended. This isn't just a privacy issue, it's a matter of autonomy. Without clear guidelines and safeguards, the line between public and private could blur in ways that leave individuals vulnerable to manipulation or exploitation. Then there's the question of authenticity. Holographic technology gives us the ability to create hyper-realistic versions of people, but it also opens the door to deepfakes and other forms of digital deception. What happens when someone uses a hologram to impersonate a public figure, spread misinformation, or commit fraud? The potential for misuse is significant, and the consequences could be far-reaching, from eroding trust in institutions to destabilizing entire communities. These challenges aren't insurmountable, but they do require proactive solutions. One approach is to establish robust legal frameworks that govern the use of holographic communication, ensuring that individuals' rights are protected and that misuse is met with consequences. This might include laws requiring explicit consent for recording or projecting holograms, as well as penalties for creating deceptive or harmful content. At the same time, we'll need technological safeguards, things like encryption, authentication protocols, and AI-driven detection systems, to help prevent abuse and ensure that holographic interactions remain secure and trustworthy. But ethical considerations go beyond just preventing harm. They also touch on questions of equity and access. As with any new technology, there's a risk that holographic communication could widen existing social divides. Will this technology be accessible to everyone, or will it become a privilege reserved for those who can afford it? Ensuring that the benefits of holographic communication are distributed fairly will be essential to preventing it from becoming a tool of inequality. At the heart of these questions is a deeper issue. How do we balance innovation with responsibility? Holographic communication has the potential to transform our lives in extraordinary ways, but only if we approach it with a commitment to ethical principles. This means not only addressing the risks, but also actively shaping the technology to reflect our values like respect, fairness, and the belief that technology should serve humanity, not the other way around. As we navigate this new frontier, one thing is clear: the decisions we make today will have a profound impact on the future. By tackling these ethical challenges head-on, we can ensure that holographic communication becomes a force for good, enriching our lives while safeguarding the things that matter most. It's not just about building better technology, it's about building a better world. The ability to connect instantly and seamlessly with anyone, anywhere, is one of the most transformative promises of holographic communication. But it's not just about individual interactions, it's about what happens when we bring entire communities, industries, and even nations together. Imagine a world where a scientist in Tokyo can collaborate with a researcher in Sao Paulo as if they're in the same lab, or where a global team of engineers can design a groundbreaking project in real time, no matter where they're located. This isn't just a shift in how we communicate, it's a leap toward a truly connected global community. In science, holographic communication could revolutionize the way we tackle humanity's biggest challenges. Climate change, for example, is a problem that demands global collaboration. With holographic technology, experts from around the world could gather in a shared virtual space, analyzing data, brainstorming solutions, and making decisions as if they were all in the same room. The ability to share complex 3D models of ecosystems, weather patterns, or renewable energy systems could lead to breakthroughs that were once out of reach. It's not just about working faster, it's about working smarter, pooling our collective knowledge and creativity to solve problems that affect us all. Business, too, stands to benefit in profound ways. Today, international corporations often struggle with the logistical challenges of coordinating teams across time zones and continents. Holographic communication could eliminate those barriers, enabling executives to meet face-to-face without ever leaving their offices. Picture a boardroom where every participant, no matter where they are, appears as a lifelike 3D projection, contributing to discussions with the same presence and immediacy as if they were physically there. This level of collaboration could streamline decision-making, spark innovation, and create more inclusive workplaces where everyone has a seat at the table. But the impact goes beyond practical applications. It's about fostering understanding and empathy on a global scale. Culture thrives on connection, and holographic communication could bring people closer than ever before. Artists, musicians, and creators could share their work with audiences worldwide, breaking down the barriers of language and geography. Imagine attending a holographic art exhibit where the artist, halfway across the world, guides you through their work, sharing stories and insights that bring their creations to life. Or think about a global music festival where performers and fans from every corner of the planet come together in a shared virtual space, celebrating the universal language of music. These experiences wouldn't just entertain, they'd build bridges, fostering a sense of shared humanity that transcends borders. Of course, realizing this vision won't be easy. It will require more than just technological innovation. It will demand international cooperation and a shared commitment to building a connected future. Governments, organizations, and individuals will need to work together to create the infrastructure, standards, and policies that make holographic communication accessible and equitable. We'll need to address challenges like data privacy, cybersecurity, and the digital divide to ensure that this technology benefits everyone, not just a privileged few. But the potential rewards are worth the effort. A world where geographical barriers no longer limit our ability to connect, collaborate, and create is a world where we can achieve more together than we ever could apart. It's a future where innovation knows no borders, where understanding transcends distance, and where the collective power of humanity can be harnessed to build a better, more connected world. This is the promise of holographic communication, not just a new way to talk, but a new way to come together. And as we work toward this future, we're not just building technology, we're building the foundation for a world that's more united, more collaborative, and more human. The journey won't be simple, but it's one worth taking. After all, the future isn't just about connecting devices, it's about connecting people. As we reach the end of this journey, one thing is clear: holographic communication isn't just a glimpse into the future. It's a powerful force that's already reshaping how we connect, collaborate, and explore. From bridging the vast distances of space to bringing people closer together here on Earth, this technology holds the promise of a world where physical barriers no longer limit our ability to communicate and create. Whether it's a doctor consulting with a patient across the globe, a student stepping into a holographic history lesson, or an astronaut sharing a moment with mission control on Mars, the potential applications are as diverse as they are inspiring. But let's not forget the challenges that lie ahead. Achieving seamless, lifelike holographic communication requires overcoming significant hurdles, from the immense data, demands, and energy consumption to the ethical considerations of privacy and security. These aren't small obstacles, but they're not insurmountable either. Every breakthrough in artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and materials science brings us closer to a future where holographic communication is as natural and ubiquitous as a phone call is today. What's truly remarkable about this journey is how it reflects the best of humanity: our curiosity, our creativity, and our unyielding drive to push the boundaries of what's possible. Holographic communication isn't just about building better technology, it's about building better connections. It's about creating a world where distance no longer divides us, where collaboration knows no borders, and where our interactions are more meaningful, immersive, and human. As we stand on the brink of this new era, it's worth asking, what kind of future do we want to create? Will we use holographic communication to foster understanding and unity, or will we let it become another tool of division? The answer lies in how we choose to embrace this technology, not just as a tool, but as a way to bring out the best in ourselves and each other. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of holographic communication and its potential to transform our world. If you've enjoyed this journey into the cosmos of connection, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the future of technology. Together, let's continue to dream, innovate, and build a future where the possibilities are as limitless as our imagination. The stars are closer than they seem. Let's reach